Okay, today is Monday, and on Mondays during my lunch hour from like 11 till 12, I go to see a counselor, therapy, you know. And I thought, this would be a good avenue to talk about that, to throw it out there, and say, look, I do it. How it all began was a handful of months ago, 6 months, whatever it was. Margie wanted to go to family counseling. We have a 5-year old, and he can be a handful. I usually attribute it to he's a boy, he's got lots of energy, But she was like, no, he's just too much. We need to. Okay, so I said, well, find a place and we'll go. So she set it up, and um, we went. And I know we went more than twice, but no more than 4 times. It's just like a really brief kind of stint. And then she decided that this professional doesn't know what he's talking about. Mark, he doesn't know. You know, in my opinion, it was because he wasn't, buying her bullshit and feeding into her. Poor Margie. Oh, you're a victim. He would ask her questions, she would talk, and I would sit there and I'd listen. I wouldn't, interrupt her. And then he would look at me and he'd say, well, what about you? And I would start to say how I felt about something. I couldn't even get 3 sentences out before she starts interrupting and cutting me off and saying, "Oh no, Mark, no, no, no." I couldn't even talk. And this is supposed to be a forum where I can say how we can both look at this picture and see, I see this, and you're like, well, I see that, and you know, when I should be able to have an opinion and how I feel about something. No, it has to be, no, Mark, it's not like that. So whatever. So we were going to this family counselor a few times. She quit because obviously this professional didn't know what he was doing and blah blah. And without really telling her, a couple weeks after we hadn't gone anymore, I called the guy back up, and I said, hey, we were in there, and he's like, yeah, I remember you. And he's like, what's up? And I said, well, I would like to keep going. I would like to come back, on a weekly basis and set something up. And so that's what we did. And I never told her right away because I wasn't doing it for her. Like, oh, look, I'm just doing this to kiss your ass, or, I'm doing this for me, not you. Fuck you. And I want to be, I want to be a better person. I want to be a better father, the best dad I can. So that's why I wanted to go. So today, I'm talking, I look forward to these Mondays. I have the rest of my week that I'm doing whatever, and I look forward to that Monday because it's an arena where I can sit down and just kind of talk things out loud, and I can say how I feel about something, and not be cut off and judged, and if it's wrong, then we can maneuver. He can help me with that. But I think it's important for men to be able to do that. A lot of people, just the word therapy and counselor, it's, fuck that. I don't need that bullshit. I'm a guy. Fuck you. I don't need counseling. That's gay, And, it's not like I'm asking them for pills or anything. It's just, it's important, man, for guys to be able to, a lot of times, like you pointed out today, there's a lot of things that I bite my tongue on, and I just don't, I'm like, and you keep that stuff, especially when they're, yapping their mouth and just talking shit and putting you down because you're a deadbeat dad because you won't give me more and more and more. And, you, as a man coming out of a relationship where there's children and, again, that's the picture, the meme that I use on this channel. The guy with the credit card holding it up and the mom holding the kid, you're going, there's nothing original, when if if a woman's watching this, like, look, what you're doing is not original. You're not the first person to hold the kid over the dad, in order to get, So, we take a fucking ass whooping, emotionally, because a lot of times, if a guy talked to me like that, I would, yeah. So, but you can't do that. So she gets to run her mouth, and sometimes, I quit. I used to. She would drive me so fucking crazy that we would get into these just psycho screaming arguments. And and more lately, I've been learning to just, yeah, okay, whatever, fuck you, have a nice day, put her on block and just go about my day. But it's still, when you're hearing it and you're reading it constantly, it's it can be exhausting. Emotionally, mentally, it can be exhausting. And I think that's, where this counseling can come into play, and I think it's a good thing, you know, it's helped me, I still make bad decisions. I'm human, I get angry about stuff, but ultimately, I look forward to having that time where I can just sit and talk about things, throw it out there, and it helps to be able to talk about how you're feeling about something. And lately, again, I'm in the beginning stages of this, and I'm hearing all kinds of grief. If I don't do this, I don't give enough, and I don't do this, and it's all my fault. This whole breakup is all my fault because I'm an abusive alcoholic. And I'm like, abusive? You make it sound like I run around, just get drunk and whoop. No, Mark, it's an emotional abuse. You ignore me. You won't, Yeah, I don't know why the phone just started ringing, and I wonder if I can do, if I can just, if I'm talking, if I can just shut the goddamn phone off for a second. But anyway, yeah, that's that. So, and I just wanted to throw it out there to say I go to counseling. I think it's a good idea. It doesn't make you less of a man. That's what I was trying to. I couldn't think of the phrase. So you've had to sit here for 10 minutes listening to me, jangle on about trying to, get to that phrase that I wanted to share with you. If you decide to go to counseling, it doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you any, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a pussy. It doesn't make you, whatever, negative label that, may have been put upon that, because guys, we have to hoorah, and, it's not like that, man. It doesn't make you less of a motherfucker if you go to counseling, and you may find, like me, that, it helps, man, to have that hour where you can just sit down and, what the hell? I keep getting these things. I don't know if it blocked off my phone with fucking voicemail. If I wanted to talk to you, I would have answered the phone. So anyway, sorry for the interruptions, but ultimately, like I said, that's all this came to that point where I just wanted to share that it doesn't make you less of a man if you go to counseling. I think it's a good idea. And until next time, let me find the off button on there.